Hey guys, how's it going? Alright, calm down. Okay, so Mr. Infrequent YouTube content creator here, and today I thought it would be cool to cover One Step Closer by Linkin Park. Awesome. Now this is a song from the album Hybrid Theory, which is an album that came out back in 2000, I believe, and it's actually the only Linkin Park album that I've actually ever bought myself. I have got several others now, but I think they're my wife's. But yeah, this is the only album of theirs that I actually ever bought myself, which is kind of a shame because they've got quite an extensive body of work and most of it is pretty damn good as well. But yeah, like I said, Hybrid Theory is the only one that I'm 100% familiar with, I guess you could say. Right, so playing Linkin Park or doing a cover of a Linkin Park song is a slight deviation from what I normally do on this channel. Nirvana. But you know, variety is the spice of life, and it's always fun to do something different and sort of step out of your comfort zone slightly, and you know, just try to push yourself to do something that's, you know, different. Just a quick disclaimer here, this is simply my interpretation of how to play One Step Closer. It is not by any means the definitive way that Brad Delson approached the guitar parts of this song. I'm simply a guy that does videos on YouTube and I think has a pretty good ear when it comes to like teaching myself how to play songs, but I literally just sat there and listened to the isolated guitar track and then sort of like played along to it, finding my way through. So yeah, I'm not a professional musician, I'm just a pleb on YouTube that likes to make a lot of noise with a guitar. Okay, so One Step Closer is in the tuning of drop C sharp. Now what that basically means is it's just good old drop D, but simply half a step down. Simple as that. The advantage of drop tunings, aside from the fact you've got a bit of extra access to a couple of extra low notes, is that you can play your power chords with your middle finger. Yeah, which kind of simplifies things. I actually prefer doing my power chords, you know, the normal way, because that's what I'm used to. So doing it with just the one finger is kind of jarring at first, but you know, I get used to it after like a minute or two. Okay, so drop C. The low E string is C sharp, the A string is a G sharp, the D string is a C sharp, the G string is an F sharp, the B string is an A sharp, and the high E string is a D sharp. Simple as that. Whew! With regard to the actual guitar riffs themselves, there are parts that I suppose could be a bit tricky, but it's mainly just simple stuff. The main part I struggled with really was just like the bridge. I don't know why, I thought there was a hell of a lot more going on than there actually was. I think because there's like mixing decks going on and stuff as well, it kind of makes it sound like there's more going on. But yeah, it's super simple really, nothing really to worry about. I'm sure you guys will get there with time, you know, just sort of persevere and, you know, get your head down and just do it, do you know what I mean? It's that's how I sort of do it anyway. You know, if I find something tricky, I'll just do it again and again and again until I get it right. Or as right as I deem sort of like good enough, I suppose. Yeah, so Linkin Park, Hybrid Theory came out in 2000, I believe. And this was in the era of when like nu metal first came out onto the scene, I suppose. And during this period, a lot of bands were kind of opting for like omitting guitar solos from their songs and just focusing more on like, you know, big riffs and, you know, a lot of heavy distortion. You know, that was kind of a trend at the time. And I think Linkin Park were probably, you know, along with a bunch of other bands, were like at the spearhead of that movement at the time. Yeah, I mean, for me, you know, learning to play guitar back in the early 2000s, it was kind of like perfect because, you know, it wasn't overly technical and it was very accessible to people that, you know, had only been playing for a few months, I suppose. I think back in the day when I learnt this song in particular, I was just playing it in standard drop D kind of thing, not the drop C sharp. So, you know, I was probably way off, but hey, whatever. I was like 14 or something, so I'll cut myself some slack. Okay, so the other day I actually watched the music video for this song for the first time in probably 20 years. Man, I feel old. Yeah, it's just, you know, a video that I used to watch a lot back in the day on MTV and Kerrang and all that kind of thing. But, you know, obviously it's not something I would watch by choice nowadays, I guess. Not to discredit Linkin Park's work, of course, they're an awesome band, and just listening to this song, you know, it reminded me of how good they were, do you know what I mean? You know, this song is great, man. It was really fun to play and really fun to learn how to play and just fun to listen to as well. You know, on the way to work for a few days, just listening to it on repeat, trying to internalise it kind of thing. Really f***ing cool. The video itself, it made me laugh actually because it's very much a product of its time. The bit at the beginning with like, you know, the cool kids outside of like, not the show, but you know, the building in which the band are performing with a bunch of ninjas for some reason. Yeah, the kids outside very much look like sort of like S Club 7 rejects or something. Yeah, that sort of, you know, early 2000s fashion sense, I guess. I don't know, it just made me laugh and made me feel sort of like very nostalgic. I mean, Mike and Chester, you know, sort of main guys in the band, I suppose, arguably. You know, they've got like dyed hair, like bleach blonde and red kind of thing. And I think, you know, a lot of us did that back in the day as well. So, I don't know, man. It just made me laugh. On a slightly more serious note, I suppose, Linkin Park's music and Chester's lyrics in particular, you know, they obviously sort of tackle the issues of like, you know, adolescent insecurity and, you know, mental health challenges and stuff like that. And I think for me personally, you know, when I first heard of Linkin Park, you know, depression and, you know, mental health problems and challenges were kind of like an abstract idea for me at the time. It was like something that affected somebody else, I suppose, you know, because I was so young and like sort of bright-eyed and bushy-tailed, I suppose. Yeah, things like, you know, problems, you know, in your mind weren't really an issue. And for me, it was just like an abstract concept, and it was just something sort of like rebellious to scream about kind of thing. You know, for Linkin Park and other bands like that. It's only later on in life that I actually realised, you know, what Chester in particular was actually singing about very eloquently. Yeah, man. I think, you know, I'm so glad that that kind of thing is like something people can actually talk about nowadays, you know, mental health problems and stuff like that. Even 20 years ago, it was kind of more of a stigma attached to it, I suppose. But I think, especially for my generation, having listened to bands like Linkin Park back in the day, you know, if it didn't, you know, make you more aware of those kind of things, it definitely planted the seed to, like, you know, make it less of a stigmatized issue, I suppose. Is that a word? I think it is. So yeah, I don't know, just super respect for this band. I think they're super cool. You know, very powerful music, both in the lyrics and the actual music itself. Yeah, man, super awesome. I'm loving it. I'm probably going to do some more Linkin Park covers in the very near future. Just saying. Okay, so that was the video. Thank you so much for watching. If you enjoyed this video, please feel free to like it. And if you really enjoyed it, feel free to hit subscribe. Yeah, I don't know, man. I had a lot of fun making this video. It's nice to get back on the horse again and start playing the guitar again because it has been a while. Yeah, I've been playing a game called Elden Ring quite a bit recently. Okay, so here we go. Let's try and kill this bit. I'm going to try and do it without summoning because I've been trying to do most of the bosses without summoning, apart from like the really tough ones. So yeah, let's do it. Oh, come on! Man, she's tough. What? Oh, come on! I pressed roll, I swear. Okay, come on, I've got this. Easy, easy peasy. Oh, for f***'s sake, come on. Oh, what? Seriously? Oh, really? Oh, okay, fine. Okay, time to pull out the big guns. Okay, rune, and I'm going to summon as well because I'm a little bitch. Good old mimic here. Okay, here we go. Okay, that's phase one over with. Oh, well, that was just a disaster. An absolute disaster. Come on, come on. Yes! Like literally my 20th try or something. Oh, awesome. Ah, oh, that's pretty cool. Feels good, man. Feels good.
Dear Nicola. Oh, dearest.
And that has been taking up quite a lot of my time, if I'm completely honest, along with some other problems outside of, you know, YouTube and other stuff. Yeah, I've been kind of finding it hard to focus on playing the guitar so much. But that's something I'm going to rectify as soon as possible, and, you know, continue with this and try to build up some momentum again, because there was a time when I used to do a video every week, man. Every bloody week I would like learn a song, shoot a video, edit it and upload it, man. I don't know how I used to have the energy, to be honest. Yeah, man. So anyway, I'll let you go now because I've been talking for quite a long time. But like I said, hopefully the video was enjoyable for you. I truly hope it has helped you learn to play the song, if that was your goal for watching this. I don't know, maybe you just enjoy watching people play the guitar. Who knows? But anyway, hopefully I shall see all of you awesome people in the next video. Stay safe and be awesome to everyone that you meet. Peace. Bye.